Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, this is incredibly stupid. Apparently, Warner Brothers is planning to release Barbie on digital September 5th. Already? This is way too soon. The film was only just number one at the box office a couple of days ago. It just lost to Blue Beetle, which is probably going to gain the number one position back because Blue Beetle had its opening weekend, it did a little bit of money, 25 million. Barbie still did 21 million in its, I think, fifth week now. But yeah, the film has made 566 million domestically, and it's the number one earner for Warner Brothers. It's made 713 million international, so 1 billion 280 million worldwide. In 4 weeks. I think this was his fifth weekend and its fourth week. And they're releasing it digital already? Are you kidding me? They're going to lose sales. There are people who would have gone to the cinema who are going to buy it on digital, who would have bought it on digital later after seeing it in the cinema anyway. So I don't know what they're thinking. Now, the defense of them is that they probably would have had these dates set up beforehand, not knowing Barbie was going to be the monster hit that it was because everybody underestimated Barbie. So maybe they thought a 5-week window was enough for the film to make its money and move on. But I would seriously suggest to them to put a pause on this because they're going to lose 5, 10, 15, 20 million dollars at least or something like that. Because there are people who, like I said, would have gone to the movie, to the cinemas to see the movie, or would have gone to the cinemas to see the movie again because they wanted to see it and they didn't have the option of buying it on digital. This is such a dangerous thing. You really need to put a fair amount of time between the cinema release and the digital release because you can't hurt the digital release by putting it off. You're just going to make people, you're going to create a need and a want and a lack, and people are going to want it more if they have to wait a little bit of time. And if the film is a hit, it gives it time for people to enjoy it in the cinema and go to the cinema and get the most out of that. So I just don't know how these people are so short-sighted they did this in the first place and why they aren't smart enough to undo it and put a pause on it now. So yes, sucky week for Barbie. Blue Beetle was number one at the box office, but like I said, I think Barbie's going to go back to number one because she's been steady, and Blue Beetle they had their weekend, and like most sort of superhero blockbusters, they make the most money in the first week or so and they die off pretty quick. And this only made, I think, 43 million worldwide and 25 million domestically. So it's the smallest opening for a Warner Brothers superhero movie. So I don't think it's going to last long. Apparently it's a good film, but the Latino community came out to support it a bit, but it's not doing the kind of money that they were hoping it was going to do. So I kind of see Barbie taking the crown back. She's certainly going to beat Mario Brothers. She's tracking well above where that was at its time. She's I think this is the fifth week it's been released. And it's already made 1 billion 280 million. God, it wasn't that long ago. It made 1 billion, and then I was looking, and then it just keeps going. It's probably going to be the biggest movie Warner Brothers has ever had. I think one of the Harry Potter films is the biggest, and then there's the original Batman and Batman Begins. So I think there's two or three films ahead of it, and it's only 5 weeks in. So, when you add inflation, things like that make a difference. But so I just had to comment on the extreme stupidity of allowing the digital release to go forward. I can understand how they maybe planned it in the first place, but when they saw Barbie was a huge hit, they needed to turn around and go, well, we need to delay the digital release because this is still going to be making money in the cinema in 5 weeks. We need to not sabotage that. But unfortunately, I think you sort of have one department working against the other department because they don't care if they hurt the cinema box office if it helps their digital sales. So they're working against each other on some ways. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I also think it's a bit sad how many people are celebrating that Blue Beetle actually made more money than Barbie in its first weekend versus Barbie's fourth or fifth weekend. There's something behind it. And a lot of people saying, oh, blue beat pink. It's like there's a lot of misogynists and really insecure, shallow little people who, are just making this, into a thing. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. I think I said this already. Maybe ding the bell. You might actually see one of my videos. It might actually get, sent to you. You might get alerted. I'm going to go. Bye.